Hello, everyone. Kevin from KTech Services here for another design shop training. I've had a customer that asked me a question. She had a rush job, okay, and it was just two color Western. We've been all through it where a customer calls, I need a shirt. I got an event coming up by the end of the day. Can you do it for me? And she just obviously it was a design. Obviously she didn't have time to send it out to have it digitized or anything like that. So she's like, "What can I do?" And I said, "Well, I mean, obviously you can do it as long as you have vector." Now, of course, I'm working with Design Shop 12 professional, but as long as you have vector or professional, you can do it. And of course, I work with CorelDRAW, and this is the font that she wanted, but it needed it in two color. It was for a back of a shirt for like an event. We all been through it. I'm just going to show you how to do it, how you would go about doing this. And granted, I use CorelDRAW 2024. You can obviously do this in Illustrator too. I normally use CorelDRAW these days. If I have time, I'll kind of do it in Illustrator video later. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into this real quick here, basically how I would go about getting this right, getting the artwork right that design shop likes it and can auto digitize it the best and quickest way. Okay, so this is how I would do it. Now, when I typed this out, I made it 10 inches Western, but it's in a lettering mode function in CorelDRAW right now, but we need to get it out of that and then get it converted right into the language that design shop likes the best for it. Okay, so how would I? Okay, so I have that pretty much typeset here. Now it's in the layering mode. So the first thing we need to do is go to object. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn that into blue, makes it a little bit better. But for this example, okay, so we're going to go to object, and then what we're going to first thing we're going to do is we're going to break apart, and then what that's going to do is going to break it apart in individual letters, but those are individual letters in one entity element. So, but the problem is we need to break it down even further so we can actually change the outline of the W here and the rest of the letters into so we can a different color. So to do that is in the list here on that I have set up on mine is I can select the N with my left click, and then I can hold down my Shift key on my keyboard if you're a Windows user, and then select all that. And then what we need to do is we need to go over here to Object, and then either convert to curves. And I also think you can actually do this if I right click on it. I can do a shortcut and do convert to curves, and that's going to break it down into another mode in a sense. So that if, as long as it's solid, then you're doing the right thing. Okay. But now I got to break it apart in individual and kind of so I can get the other sides to be a different color. So I'm gonna well, here I can't do it from the quick toolbar. I don't think I can. No, it's not there. So highlight the first one, come over to object, and then break apart is what we need now. Or if you're Windows, Control K. So I'm just going to break that apart. And you kind of now sometimes this picture might not show up at the first element, so just be careful of that. But the rest of it is what we're going to want it to be a different color. So I'm just going to make that red. See? See? Okay, so then I'm going to go scoot that down a little bit, and then I'm going to go to E, and then I'm going to do Control K on my keyboard to break apart, and then that's filled in. That's fine. Everything after that, I'm holding select once on my, and then Shift key, and then red again. Okay, and then I'm going to come up here and go to the S, Control K, and then I'm going to make sure I select that one to that, and then red there, and then go up to the T, Control K to break it apart. For left click, boom, and then go to the E, Control K. Oops, did I do that? Okay, yep, Control K. Oh, guess what? I was on Shift key. Okay, there we go. Okay, then click up, left click, and then Shift, select all, boom. Okay, and then now the next one's going to be a little bit weird because of the R, because we have a hole in there, so it's going to kind of do it a little differently. So this is how I do it. Okay, you might have a quicker way of doing it, but highlight the R, Control K, break it apart. Now that will fill in. Okay, then they should be all selected still, so that's a good thing. Come up here to your toolbar. Hopefully this is on, and find trim. and hit trim, and then it's going to do this weird little box there. And that's usually right in the middle right here. This is the one I'm looking for. And then just highlight that, hit your delete key on your keyboard. Yeah, perfect, huh? Okay, so then what we need to do is find the rest of the R and then go in the left and then shift key. And then, nope, I'm going to go over here to red and get that one. That R is done. Now I'm going to go to the end, control K to break it down, left click, shift key, select all, hit the red. Okay, there. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we have that all pretty much ready to go here. So now the only thing last is step here before I do now. There's two different modes. Well, the first thing first. Okay, so I like to reduce the nodes. The more nodes that are there, the design shop has to process every node, and that's why certain designs take longer because it has to analyze it because it's there. Okay. So I want to reduce nodes as much as possible before I import this over to Design Shop. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an imaginary box all the way around my text, and that'll select that. Then I'll go over here to the shape tool, and that'll turn on all the nodes. Okay. To do this, I have to select all nodes, and that will turn on all the nodes for this. Now, watch this now, and there's a feature here. I have to do it again, and then they're all turned to solid, and they're now I can tell it to reduce. Now, this is a feature. Now, there's a tool over here that you can play with that'll reduce it even more, but then you'll start distorting the shape of the letter and everything else. But the reduce to nodes is a feature that just enough, kind of thing. But you'll see here about 40 or 50% when I click on this. Boom, look, it took out so much without distorting the shape. And that's what you want. The less nodes, the better. So um, that's where I want it. And then now there's two different ways to bring this over to Design Shop. Okay, so either we can save it, or we can actually just copy and paste it. But I'm going to show you what I do. Now, when I export it, I always do Adobe. I know it's weird. I uh, I found Adobe version 8 is the most format that Design Shop likes the best. That's just me. I've done it for years and it's worked fine. Now, if you want to use a different format to bring it in, knock yourself out, okay? But I always do that. It's always going to say, make sure that's version 8, save it, and then if over in Design Shop, I can should be already in here, and I already have it set. And then it'll import over just honky dory every time in that format, no problem. Okay. Now the other way that you can that I can do it too is without saving it, but that's the scenario is if you have your design shop and your Corel Draw on two different computers, that you would have to save it as a file. But if you have design shop and Corel Draw on the same computer, then all I do in this case is select it, draw the imaginary box, select all, copy it, Control C, and then go over here to Design Shop, Control V to paste it. There you go. Okay. And then I can select the vector list and then just tell it to convert, and voila. You know, again, this is a quick job. I don't really. I'll probably do another video that if I how I would kind of tweak this and put my touches on it. But right now in auto mode, this is good enough. And then we go ahead and turn 3D on, and this is good enough to kind of sew that one shirt that I need for that customer that is coming at 5 o'clock. Okay, and I got to get it done. And this will stitch out decently what you need to do. But look how quick. I mean, I didn't in this day I've done very little on Design Shop, but this will so just fine for that one shirt that I need to do. Now, if I was going to do multiples, I probably would kind of tweak it and put my little flavor on it, kind of densities and stuff. But again, instead of spending a whole million time, I saw my customer do this, and she converted it first in one color and then went through each one, and it just was very time consuming. And you saw how quickly, I mean, we're basically to 10 minutes into this short video, and basically I got it done in 10 minutes. Okay, it was simple, just a little conversion in Corel Draw, and then import it over. Boom, click auto, done. Okay, so check out the other video, how I've kind of tweaked this a little bit. Thank you for watching, and click that like button and for more videos that are coming as I keep doing them. Thanks.